Presiding over the court, Justice Samuel Emokor decided that the defendants committed the offense in violations of sections 188 and 189 of the Penal Code. The prosecution was led by Isaac Onyango, the Kabale state attorney, while the defense was represented by Felix Vakanyevonera from MS Vakanyevonera and co-advocates. The defense requested a lighter sentence for Mukankusi, citing her responsibility for 6 children. However, Justice Emokor emphasized that Mukankusi meticulously planned her mother's murder, enlisting Niyonzima to execute the crime. He noted that without the efforts of skilled investigators and prosecutors, Mukankusi might have escaped justice as she had carried out the crime almost perfectly. Justice Emokor condemned Mukankusi for not considering the consequences of her actions.
Everyone meticulously planned for the murder of her mother, Florence Bashimiki. She was the brains behind the entire operation. Had used A2 and A3 to execute her mission. It was almost a perfect murder, and were it not for the skill and diligence of the investigating team and prosecutors.
Justice Emokor also condemned Niyonzima for participating in a murder that did not concern him personally.
As for A2, who carried out the evil assignment with A3, is a young man who ought to have known better that acting as executioner in a family feud that did not concern him would only end in trouble for him. And this is exactly what has happened. And the considered opinion that he does not deserve any mercy.
Subsequently, Justice Emokor sentenced both convicts to 30 years in prison, deducting the time they had already spent in remand during the trial.
In favor of the convicts, however, I'll take into consideration the period that they spent on remand during the course of this trial, and also take into consideration the provisions of the Constitution, sentencing guidelines for courts of judicature, practice directions, that places the starting point for a sentence in murder at 35 years, with the aggravating factors increasing the sentence and the mitigating factors reducing the sentence. The reasons that have advanced above the offense of murder, A1 and A2 are hereby sentenced to serve a custodial sentence of 30 years.
In Chisoro, our reporter visited the deceased's village, where resident Alex Hakiza recounted discovering the elderly woman in a pool of blood days after the murder.
I just came here like any other person. When I reached here, I heard the first people who reached here were prayers, who had come for rosary, and it was a Saturday morning. Now when they reached there, they found that the door was closed. Now they hope that since the Mkechur is always sick, maybe the son has taken her to the hospital. They reached here and prayed, without knowing that maybe something had happened. Let alone, they went. Now the next day, or good on Sunday, towards in the evening, it is when the son called on the number number of the mom, and he tried to interfere, asking that, where is mommy? Mommy is not pitching. He ended up calling Muzei, the one who was called you when we reached there. That you go home and search for mommy. I'm calling on mommy's number. Mommy's number is not there. When he called Muzei, Muzei came. When they reached here, he went on ahead searching for the ground from the neighbors. The neighbors, he was nowhere. When he contacted the police, they end up with, I don't know where the police had come. They end up breaking the window with this one to see what had taken long to check. Now, on opening the windows by breaking, they found blood, a flow of blood from the other corner where he took you on the other bed. Now, when they reached there, they found the vehicle is finished.
Additionally, a third convict in the case, Brian Hakizimana, a 22-year-old, had pleaded guilty early in the trial and received a 30-year prison sentence as well.